Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a kind of foundation contouring and highlighting video using only the Maybelline Fit Me sticks, and I thought this would be appropriate to do it now just because the Maybelline Fit Me range is all 3 for 2, so you can get all of these for the price of 2 of them. So I will quickly run through the shades that I'm going to be using today. So for all over the face I'm going to be using 120, which is a pretty light shade at the moment. My fake tan is kind of fading, so it's a pretty good shade for me now. Also 110 is my perfect highlighting shade as well, and then 330, which is the darkest one, is going to be my good contouring shade. So I'm not going to be doing anything else in the face besides the foundation, the highlighting and the contouring. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I do it, then just keep watching. So I'm not going to be taking a primer or anything just because these products are pretty creamy by themselves, but I will be using just this by itself. So I'm just going to draw this straight onto my face, and this is the shade number 120, and you can also use either your fingers or you can use maybe a brush or something to blend it out because it is quite creamy, but make sure you probably use a synthetic brush, something like the Real Techniques buffing brush or the contour brush or whatever you've got, something that's synthetic. It will help the cream products blend out a little bit more, and I feel like with this color I don't really need to blend it down the neck or anything because it's pretty pale. So I'm just going to blend one side in with a brush and one side in with my fingers. So with both of the shades, or both of the sides, I feel like this side with the brush kind of gave it a little bit more of a flawless finish. However, I feel like the warmth of my fingers really melted the product in. So it's really kind of up to you guys on how you want to do it. I'm just going to quickly add just a little bit more where I need it, and I will just quickly blend this in with my fingers. So I feel like I covered pretty much almost everything that I do need it to cover. You can always build that one up just a little bit more, but I do kind of like the finish of it. It doesn't look too cakey. It looks quite natural looking. You can still kind of see through to my redness and a couple of my freckles. So it's really nice and natural looking. So I will step onto the highlighting. So 110 is my highlighting shade. It is the lightest shade in the collection. So I'm just going to run this underneath the eyes in the triangle motion, and we'll see how it goes with covering anything extra. So just going to run this along the under eye area, in the center of the forehead, tip of the nose, cupid's bow, chin, and I'll blend that out using a brush as well. So I feel like they gave it a really subtle highlight, but I kind of like it because it's not too dramatic. So I feel like it did blend in quite well with the brush, but you always just want to kind of dab over it with your fingers because the warmth of the fingers will help the product kind of melt into the skin a little bit more. So my favorite part, and what has been my favorite for a couple of weeks now, is definitely the cream contouring. So I love cream contouring. I love contouring in general, but I usually put a cream product, which is number 330, which is the darker shade in the collection. I usually do put this underneath my powder, and then I usually put a powder product that's a bronzing product on top of the actual powder, so it's just really intense. But if you do want to go for more of a subtle bronzy look, then you can always use this one just as your normal cream contour, and I feel like it does work pretty well. You can always go for a couple of shades lighter than the 330. I just like a really dramatic kind of contour, so you guys can choose whatever color you like. But I'm just going to put this under the hollows of my cheekbones, and I'm also just going to run this along the temples and along my forehead and just blend that out, again just using any kind of synthetic brush. That is how I usually cream contour, highlight, and do my foundation all in one. I really like the effect that it gives when I do cream contouring, and right now I look ghostly pale and crazy, but usually once I put my normal powder on top, it will kind of dull down any kind of whiteness that I do have, and I will add a little bit more color using my bronzing powder as well. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this and you did learn something, and if you want to take advantage of the 3 for 2 deal, I say go for it, because I do really like these for kind of creamier products. But since that you are using a lot of cream products, just make sure that you do set it with a powder on top of it, otherwise it will be going slipping and sliding all over the face. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this, and let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!